So Trump did the address to joint session of Congress last night, where Trump had he mentioned something the guy about DJ, like that cop, that boy cop or something like that. I don't know if you guys have seen those. You probably heard them by now. But according to MSNBC, um, they have some. Of course, they have negative things to say about that. But listen to the Rubin report.
I hope he never has to defend the United States Capitol against Donald Trump's supporters.
This was a really beautiful moment. There's a kid by the name of DJ Daniel. Turns out he had brain cancer, and he has wanted to be a police officer. And well, you saw it already. Here's Donald Trump giving an honorary Secret Service badge to this beautiful young man.
This boy.
Since that time, DJ and his dad have been on a quest to make his dream come true, and DJ has been sworn in as an honorary law enforcement officer, actually a number of times. The police love him, the police departments love him. And tonight, DJ, we're going to do you the biggest honor of them all. I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service.
There was actually there was actually a video of his expression of his face when Trump mentioned that. That was the moment. Actually, that people loved it. This guy, he was supposed to. I think they gave him like 5 months to live.
I mean, if that doesn't melt your heart, like if you don't get chills up your spine, even having seen that already, like that hug, that moment, right? Like it's just so great and it's real. And what you had there were a whole bunch of decent people. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, they were all Republicans because the Democrats did not applaud for that kid.
I don't think they did.
Applauding just an absolutely beautiful moment. A kid who's surviving brain cancer. The hug, like it was just, look, I know it's theater in some sense, right? But sometimes some real things happen within that theater. And it was just a beautiful, beautiful moment. Rachel Maddow was less enthused about DJ.
For the record, and this is disgusting, the president made a spectacle out of praising a young man who's thus far survived pediatric cancer.
How is that disgusting?
As if the president had something to do with that. This was in the midst of him praising Doge. The Doge cuts, among other things, have cut off funding for ongoing research into pediatric cancer.
She is so, I'll try to control myself, effing vile and disgusting. That was such a beautiful moment. And if your brain is so broken and you are so partisan, when something like that happens, that beautiful hug right there, that kid, like that's real. That's actually real.
And I think what Rachel Maddow was trying to say is that the Doge is cutting off funding to those pediatric research, cancers, and etc., and how dare Trump parade a child that had survived that cancer. But then again, that has nothing to do with it. Trump is not cutting any funding to any pediatric research of any kind. Maybe they halted it, but not canceling them. That's another fake news by Rachel Maddow.
We're consistently smashed with fakery. That's what you people offer us all the time.
Yeah.
We see something real. Donald Trump didn't take credit for saving the kid. Donald Trump didn't take credit for the 13 surgeries. There was a nice moment up there. And as you guys know, had it been Biden doing the exact same thing, she would have said it was the greatest thing ever. This has nothing to do with Doge or anything else.
She would have
It
Cream
continued though. If you
pants.
think MSNBC is vile, I mean they really
are.
topped themselves last
Nope.
night. Watch Nicole Wallace here. I'm gonna tip you off a little bit. She's gonna start making sense, and then well, you just keep watching.
But I think this was a lesson in finding one thing that you let yourself feel. And I let myself feel joy about DJ, and I hope he's alive for another, 95 years, right? And I hope he lives and the life he wants to live. He wants to be a cop. He knows what he wants to do. And maybe when you have childhood cancer, that crystallizes for you. And I hope he has a long life as a law enforcement officer. But I hope he never has to defend the United States Capitol against Donald Trump's supporters. And if he does, I hope he isn't one of the 6 who loses his life to suicide.
You were doing good. Oh my goodness. You were doing good. And then then you had to inject that political thing in there about January 6th. You are a moron. You got no brain in your head. You have mashed potatoes. That's brain.
And I hope he isn't one who has to testify against the people who carried out acts of seditious conspiracy and then live to see Donald Trump pardon those people.
Evil. I'm not going to relitigate January 6th right now. Absolutely evil. The fact that she was making sense.
Yeah.
But you people have become such broken-brained, awful partisan hacks.
Yeah.
That was your takeaway. That was your real takeaway. Yeah, I wanted to live a long life, but awful, horrible people.
Yeah, they're idiots. Actually, they're taking a heat. According to Fox News.
Some on the left wasting no time criticizing Trump's joint address, refusing to even celebrate Trump honoring a child battling cancer.
Yeah.
This is disgusting.
Yeah, that's
The president made a spectacle out of praising a young man who thus far survived pediatric cancer, as if the president had something to do with that.
I hope he has
a
long life as a law enforcement officer. But I hope he never has to defend the United States Capitol against Donald Trump's supporters. And if he does, I hope he isn't one of the 6 who loses his life to suicide.
Fox News contributor Joe Concha joins us now. I mean, Joe, there were an hour and 40 minutes worth of political moments that Democrats could find a way to attack regarding this speech, but they chose to include the moment where a child with cancer who wants to be a police officer was honored. I mean, grasping at straws at best. What do you think?
13 years old, right, Carly? And as usual, the people paid 7 figures to provide sober, objective analysis, are completely disconnected with the American public. CBS poll taken last night after the president's address, 76% approved of Trump's speech. Most viewers tuning in said it made them feel hopeful, proud, these are quotes, presidential, inspiring, and unifying. A big majority also called it entertaining. A CNN poll taken right after this address as well found nearly the same results. Nearly 7 in 10 viewers, 69%, had a positive reaction to the president's address last night. And the big takeaway, besides how comfortable and confident President Trump looked, was the Democrat reaction during the address on the other side of the aisle and by the media, like on MSNBC afterwards. I mean, we saw Democrats in that chamber holding up what looked like bingo card signs, interrupting, heckling, even walking.
Even that one was this is normal as Trump walking in, and it's just like standing there. This is not normal. Like, what do you mean? But this is not normal. Like you standing there looking like an idiot? Yeah, that's not normal. Moron.
Out. Who is advising this party? Are they taking their own cues from Rachel Maddow and Nicole?
It seems like it. It seems like it.
Wallace over at MSNBC, because it's not a good idea. If this is the plan, it's a hot mess in a dumpster fire, and it shows why the Democratic Party right now is polling lower than it ever has in its history.
Yeah,
no message, no solutions, just complaining, whining, and even as you mentioned, criticizing Trump for honoring a 13-year-old cancer victim. That's, I don't know. It shows once again that rock bottom does have a basement.
Joe, isn't everything you just said emblematic of a wider Democratic Party problem? The fact that without policy, they resort to pettiness.
Yeah.
That's the thing, right? When you see 45 senators, Todd, for example, vote against a bill that says biological men should not compete against biological women in sports, and every single senator on the Democratic side votes against that bill, that shows, okay, we are the resistance, but what's your solution? To allow men in women's locker rooms? And you could go down the line. How do you not applaud when border crossings are at an all-time low? How do you not applaud all the things the president has done in his first 6 weeks? You could disagree with a couple of things, sure, but the way they are acting right now is are like petulant children, and the party's not going to get anywhere or win any elections anytime soon if this is the posture.
And a real headline there that you mentioned. Just want
they're nothing but a partisan hat.
I reiterate it. 76% of Americans approve of the speech.
76% after the speech. I mean, that's unheard of. I've never heard of that. I mean, Bush, Clinton, Obama. I mean, 76 approval rating.
According to a CBS poll, CNN at 69% had a positive reaction. So that's a bipartisan reaction right there, according to those two polls, that a majority of Americans did like what the president had to say yesterday.
And to your point, Joe, he was feeling it 100%. Joe Concha, got to leave it there. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, so there you to see that the Democrats and the liberals it's been exposed, and a lot of people are just fed up with it, just fed up with all this mumbo jumbo. I mean, they could have just at least waited out, I don't know why they have to, just like Rachel Maddow, a vile person,